Alright guys, how's it going? My name's Rowlands and I'm a nutritional balancing practitioner, and in this video I want to talk about masculinity. So unfortunately, in the world that we live in today, masculinity is being broken down, and I think one of the main reasons why masculinity is being broken down is basically because the world at the moment is run by evil people. The earth is run by what we would call the rogues. In the Bible they call it the devil, and basically there's a group of beings, souls, that want to control the earth. They want to lower the vibration of the earth. They want to be in power of it, basically. And if you don't think this is the case, then you need to really pull your head out of the sand and realize, there's an industrial complex. There's, deep cults. There's, look at the paedophilia going off in the UK. This is all part of it. Jimmy Savile, economic crashes. It's all pointing to the fact that there is a force that is not benevolent who want to control us. And they're doing this is probably going to be a weird video for people who are just looking into masculinity, but this is the truth, in my opinion, and it's important to understand, because when you have a group of people, I don't even think they're people, who are wanting to basically control the earth, then there's certain things to do in order to break social constructs down, to break the unity of people down, in order to create mindless, dumb, robotic sheep, which I look around at the moment and I see a lot of robotic, mindless sheep. And one of the best ways of doing that is to confuse masculinity and to break down masculinity. There's a crazy, I won't even call it trend, movement by a lot of vocal people to basically argue the fact that male and female entities are the same, that masculinity and femininity is basically a social construct. And I'm here to call bullshit on that. That is just absolute bullshit, and that is not the case whatsoever. Male and females are different. It's not the fact that males have higher testosterone and females have higher estrogen, although when you have higher testosterone, a lot of things happen. Bone density is thicker, muscles are more larger, there is changes in brain chemistry, so many different things. And masculinity and femininity really just talk about, or just embracing the ideas of yin and yang, just embracing the ideas of these two opposing energies that complement each other also on another level. So if you want to talk about the male masculine energy, a good idea is to think about the sun. There's a balance everywhere in the universe. The sun has a more male masculine energy. This is a more yang energy. It's hotter, it's denser, it's more linear. If you think about the moon, which is more feminine, it's colder, it's more chaotic, spins around the earth. The sun is more central, it's more linear, it's less dense. These are sort of characteristics of male and female. Males are like the poles of a building, like the elevators in a building, and women sort of climb onto that pole. And this is an important thing to realise when you understand the breakdown of masculinity in society. What is the easiest way to bring down a building? You basically blow out the elevator shaft. You blow out the pole, the strong linear pole. When you think about it, when you're wanting to break down society, when you're wanting to control society, how do you go about that? Well, at the end of the day, the strongest units of society are families. Families are basically the pillars of society. Families are the hallmark of humanity. And within that family, within that building, you have these masculine entities, male entities, who are sort of the poles of the building, the linear structures. Males typically provide, males typically protect, they are the guardians of the family. They are the ones that will fight the wolves when the wolves come into camp. They are slightly more aggressive because of that. They have a certain authority that sort of the rest of the family feels safe around. They want to bond to. They, a little bit like an umbrella. If you know what I mean, the rest of the tribe kind of feels safe under that umbrella, and that's what the male masculine energy provides. It's a very, very important part of the world or society. And a lot of people these days are trying to argue the fact that male and female are some weird social construct, which is just insanity, really, when you think about it. So when you have these strong, linear, direct, masculine males, they are a threat to the powers that be, the rogues who are wanting to take control. They don't want strong, aggressive, sometimes violent men in the right times. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with violence in the right times. Do you understand what I mean? Integrity is an amazing quality. But they don't want these men that will stand up for themselves when push comes to shove. They want weak, feminized men. And if you look around, there's basically an attack on this. The first attack really was going off in the 20th century with the idea of individualism, with the idea that everyone's unique, and everyone is unique on one level, but this idea of individual fashion, individual perfume, individual shoes, individual, just way of being, and this individuality slowly starts to break down the family unit. Another way is, which I don't really think it was done on purpose, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was. The transportation systems these days allow for families to break up. Families used to live in tribes, obviously, or they used to live on the same street to keep in close contact with each other, and it bonded them together, it kept them strong. These days, with technology and transportation, better transportation systems, what happens is that when you basically confuse people and tell them all that they're all individuals, do you know what I mean, the family unit isn't needed anymore, then you start to separate families all over the country because they go and live in different areas. So, and then you sort of, push things like feminism, you push ideas that are not true, that, there's 100 genders, you reduce zinc in the food chain, in foods, you increase estrogen in foods, you promote veganism. There's a reason why veganism is promoted so much today. It's because it's a damn unhealthy diet and it will feminize men, and it is feminizing men. no meat in the diet will definitely feminize a man. Zinc, meat has a certain type of zinc, certain enzymes that basically make you feel like a man. I've experienced it, my clients have experienced it, Dr. Wilson talks about it. I was a bit of a feminine man when I was, especially my teenage years. And over the years of doing the program, I felt more manly, more masculine, more linear, more direct, more authoritative, more blunt sometimes, more yang. And my friends appreciate it on one level. Well, they didn't in the beginning, because a lot of people are just weak, effeminate people, but they can feel the truth, they can feel the energy. And a lot of my female friends also can feel that. They appreciate that directness, they appreciate that living in truth. They can feel that it's the right thing. And I know that a lot of my female friends sort of look at me a little bit like a guide to some of the guys that they might be dating, or some of the guys that they might meet, and they appreciate my wisdom and my advice when it comes to that. The reason I've got this is because I've been eating a diet that promotes the normal regeneration and rejuvenation of the human body. And when the human body is given exactly what it needs, these natural qualities will just tend to come out naturally. But when you're promoting things like veganism, when you're promoting yin things, not yang, yin things like juicing and fasting and victimized thinking, the fact that there isn't male and female, you get these effeminate, weak, just men that are just so embarrassing and just so weak. And suicide now is the leading cause of death in men between the ages of 15 and 39, and I believe one of the reasons is that they do not know who they are anymore. They do not know who they are. Men want to provide for the family, want to be a pillar for the family. They want the family to feel safe under them. And these days, females don't appreciate that. They are more masculine in general. The men don't even know about it or feel it, because they're just they very feminine themselves. Females these days go out and earn and have a career, which is absolutely fine, but kind of a man's purpose is definitely diluted. And we live on technology, so you don't really focus on the family unit anymore, and it's a big problem. It's a huge problem. So I'm here to say male and female energies, male and female dynamics are real, and you need to fight like the male spirit, the warrior spirit. You need to fight to keep these. You need to fight for your own sanity. You need to fight to get these back. And I've been on this journey now for 8 years, and I can definitely help people. The first thing to do is to heal the body, to get a hair mineral analysis test, and let's see what's going off. We can see how masculine or feminine someone is because of the qualities of the biochemistry in the body. Do you know what I mean? A really low oxidation rate is more yin, more effeminate. Copper toxicity, which a lot of men have got these days, are very feminine. Heavy metal toxicity, that's going to make you more yin, more feminine. So changing the biochemistry, changing the body, eating more meat, resting more, healing the body, reading about the truth, understanding the truth, all of this is going to help recreate the energy, the natural male masculine bodies that have been lost. And then once you've sort of built this energy up, once you've started to become more of the human that you need to be, often it means that you need to get away from various friends who believe in all of the bullshit stuff You know what I mean? If you're vibrating at this weak feminine energy, you're probably going to be around people that are promoting that energy. You know, you might have to get away from these people. You might have to leave your relationship. Do you know what I mean? There was one point when I was in a relationship with someone who believed in all of this bullshit crap. Do you know what I mean? They believed in male and female were the same, and she didn't appreciate the qualities of masculinity, and I had to get away from that. And now I'm with a partner who appreciates that. She embodies femininity. She appreciates the male masculine qualities that I bring to the table. She wants it. That's what more important. It's not that she appreciates it. She wants that. And females, that's how they, females are amazing. They have amazing qualities that need to also be embodied and embraced. The qualities of environment builders, the qualities of amazing creation bearers and creation, they bring creation into the world. Amazing qualities, they think more spatially, they think more in terms of a group dynamics. It's amazing. But these days women are becoming more masculine, they're becoming more linear. They're wanting to stay in the office all night and work. I mean, it's really bizarre how women want to be the same as men sometimes in these sort of high-end, very linear, sort of very left-brained roles, and I can't see why that's even enjoyable for females. I mean, it's working 12-hour shifts and not seeing the family too often, not seeing the family as much, and taking these intense roles that why do women even want to do that? You know what I mean? Go and chill with your family, go and enjoy your grandparents and your children and your friends, and you know what I mean, like that's what you're built for. Men are built for that stuff. Men will stay all night in the office to provide for their children, to provide for their wives. They want to do that. That's what makes them happy. You know what I mean? Stop denying yourself, women. Stop bullshitting yourself and thinking that you enjoy this sort of stuff, because, do you know what I mean? On the whole, you don't. You're just becoming more masculine. You'll end up going out with a feminine guy. You'll realise on one level that something doesn't feel right, and you need to just get away from it. But this video is mainly for the guys. You can regain structure, get away from technology. This is another big one. Try and limit your Facebook time and all this sort of stuff, because one real important aspect of being a man is to be sovereign, to be to stand on your own 2 feet, to take full responsibility. That's what makes you a man. Not losing, not giving your energy away to these stupid technologies. Do you know what I mean? Build businesses, you know what I mean? Create, accrue wealth, go and be in nature. Do you know what I mean? Love your wife and love your children, protect, but you won't feel this inside of yourself if you've got an effeminate, estrogen dominant body. You're going to feel like a weak, effeminate man, and you're going to just fall hook, line and sink. Is that the word? Anyway, for these feminist ridiculous movements. And they don't want dialogue. There's been a few feminists on my talking about technology, but I am on Facebook and I've mentioned it, and they don't want discourse, they don't want dialogue, they don't want to hear this sort of stuff. They'll just block you. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter how you say it, they'll just block you. They talk about the fact that they're not violent and peace and love and unity, but they're the most violent people on this planet, which is hilarious, because basically feminists are really masculine and they get really violent and angry. It's because they're masculine. I'm going to leave it on that note, because that's a bombshell right there. So any guys watching, if you want me to help you out, become more male orientated, become more masculine, send me an email. Lewis, Lewis, at deephealingspace.com.